chaos out here. This is 30 heads he's bringing out. Oh, maybe more. What's wrong with this guy? Jeez. It is Sunday afternoon here at the farm. Harvest tomorrow. We did our thinning, which you guys saw on Friday, 2 days ago. So we have about 4 truckloads of manuk in here that have had some more time to grow. Let's go take a look, see what they're all about. Not as crowded in here as it was before because of the thinning, which is good, but they have grown since then. Like these chickens, man, they grow super quick. So space can close in on itself relatively fast. But that's a good sign because that means that they're growing. So the birds are looking big. Again, uniformity, I mean, it's sketchy at best, to be honest with you, but I think we are set to have a better harvest recovery, I think. Just from looking now, this nursery is the bad one. Probably not many taken from there, but the quantity of chickens in the bad nursery is less than last cycle. So we'll be all over the spectrum in terms of uniformity, but I think we'll be a lot better in reaching the minimum threshold for the average live weight that we need, which is good. One consideration to take into account when you're doing thinning is that when they're this age, you can actually stress them out and they literally have a stroke. When we did our thinning, that's the first time I've ever seen it. Like you'll see a dead chicken and their legs are always like straight out back and super, like they're so stiff. And then after thinning was the first time I seen like one of these strokes actually happen. And things you hear about, but you don't really appreciate the consequences of those until you see it yourself live in the flesh. And you're like, damn, there actually are some manuk here that got too stressed and couldn't take it physically. That's a consideration to have. Are you going to increase your mortality to a point where it's non-beneficial for the thinning, or is a few mortality just kind of the cost of getting the overall benefit from the thinning? You got to do your own cost benefit analysis and determine if that's the best strategy or approach for you, and we thought it was for us. Despite having a few extra mortality that day, I still think that was probably the right play for us, and we'll see how it pays off tomorrow. This is a visual of our uniformity here. Malaki, Bansut. We got a full range. Like there's probably some 2.5 kg units laying around here, and then some that looks like they were dropped in 3 weeks after that one. Again, we're trying to figure it out each cycle. Like it's nice to get through another one. We do another harvest. We've gone through another full cycle, and each time you do it, you come across new problems that you have to solve. You make new mistakes that you learn from, and you just gather your experience to where you just get better and better. If you're somebody that learns from mistakes and from things that you do. So it's been a good opportunity. Again, a lot of people ask, how much do you make? Or people, you shouldn't quit your corporate job. Like this is going to make less than you did before. And the point is, when you're 2 months into something, you're trying to develop your skills. Any focus outside of that is completely irrelevant. Money follows your skills and your aptitude in whatever you're doing. So on month 1, month 2 here, it doesn't matter. I would work here for free and not make $1 as long as I'm developing skills that can then allow me to scale this business through the experience that I've gained. So you need to shift your focus when you're first getting into something from how much money am I going to make when I first get into it versus what skills am I going to develop in this early period that's then going to allow me to earn the income that I want. You look at any industry, the people making the most are the best. They have the best skills, the best network, and they're better at what they do than you. And that's why they make more. Don't chase the quick dollar. Take things one step at a time. Learn from your mistakes. Take as much notes as you can. Speak to people that are in places farther ahead than you and develop that knowledge, which will then translate into income. Little tip for you guys who are so eager to make money, which of course you want to be eager to make money, but that's subsequent to skills developed. Fun's over. That's enough fun, kids. So cute. Here we are in the feed storage. This is everything. I think last time we may have filmed, this room was full, looking like the trenches of a war bunker. But here is the remaining feed, 9, 10, 20 bags. So at this stage, we're typically giving about 35-ish bags of feed, which we'll put more in tonight, and then we'll stop feeding tomorrow at like 11 a.m. So this should be perfect and have us just rip through the rest of the feed inventory. Just for fun, the day before, we're gonna weigh the bad nursery there and see what weight we're talking about. We're the day before, so if they're really low, then they're probably not gonna get taken, but we'll go see what the deal is. Oh, see, one like that makes it in. 900 grams is the threshold, so he's not big, but like this guy looks like he's probably, 700 maybe. 620. Not a good one, but those are ones you give away to the barung guy. See this one? Looks about average. Probably be, it's 890. By tomorrow when we harvest, that's probably over 900. In this nursery, it's, you just want to be at 900. You're not getting greedier than that. See, like this guy doesn't look much bigger than the other one, but when you pick him up, he just feels more full. With the skinny ones, when you pick them up, you can kind of feel their like cartilage or chest bone there in the middle, and suggesting they really haven't developed, you know, their musculature. But that one you pick up and it feels whole and round. Again, this is a nursery that's bringing your ALW down, but you want to salvage as much as you can so your harvest recovery can be, you know, as high as possible. So there you go. But there are some, oh, this guy looks pretty big. This is definitely over 1 kg, 1.5. So one like this is like, I don't know, size of a 2-week-old bird. You can see, got a full crop on it. So like he is eating, just not converting the feed at all. So we put him down, like this guy's definitely not gonna be taken. Probably should have been included in the culling, in the massacre, 600. So there's no way that's grown to 900 by tomorrow if it's only this big after a month, and that's full crop. So he's eating, he's surviving, he's just not well. And then some of the split leg chickens, some are still out here, but they actually, some of them grow. Like, look at this guy. Look at his leg. You see his leg straight out. So when he moves, he's probably like just swimming in circles kind of, but that actually grows to be a pretty good size. And the reason some of these split leg ones get so big is because we see, I mean, we see two here. See this guy here? Like they can just plop down in front of the feeder, and like, since they don't move that well, look at him. Like that's just what he'll do, is just eat and grow, and then they can actually get like quite large and be some of the larger birds here, because it's like, although they're not very mobile, they compete well for the feed because they own their slot on the feeder. And that's what we're seeing here with this guy. Look at him, getting in there, getting busy, and then he'll, you know, slide his way over to the water line and all will be well. You got this guy weighing himself here, 1.1 kg, so he's within range. At this stage, we let him do what he wants. So if he wants to be on the scale, we'll let him be on the scale. We just showed you the Bansut City. Now we'll put on a beefy turkey and show you the contrast of what a healthy, prosperous bird looks like here. We'll move slow. We don't want to stress him out. Mary Manook, 2.3 kg bird here. So that's, I mean, that's an above average bird. He's like almost a kg larger than we'd be expecting here. If he's gonna weigh himself, watch out. Oh, he's trying to get up. This is a big guy. Here, you want up? I'll help him. He's hopping up there to show the rest of them, like, look at me. 1.3, 2 kg. So that's one of our alphas here. We let them do what they want around here. Watch TV, we give them cell phones, you know, they kind of run the show. So who's next? Someone get up there, show us what you got. Oh, here we go. Oh, almost. But you can see how we've trained them and they listen to what I say. Ladies and gentlemen, it is harvest day, the second harvest at this farm. We're hoping for a better performance. We're gonna head to get groceries for everybody who's gonna be involved. Then we'll head to the farm and get rolling. 5 kg rice to go with our 5 kg Manook. We're getting 2 noodles. We're making adobo and rice plus some noodles. I'm not making it. Ate will make it, but that's what's getting made. Plastic containers as well. We give the truck drivers food, but they don't stick around to eat because they're on a tight schedule, but we'll give them a little to-go box. Perfect, salamat ate, thank you. And we're off. So you can see there's 2 trucks already here. We're starting in about 2 hours. Then the crate's already set up for 1, so once the time is ready, we'll be ready to roll at 5 o'clock, maybe even a little bit earlier, depending when the harvesters come. So we're gonna go take a look around, see how the chickens look, see if there's any final prep we need before we get rolling. Should be a good one, and should be a little shorter. Last one ran more than 7 hours, which was a grind. Since we did thinning, this should be a little bit shorter, maybe, because we should have a better performance, so there should be more chickens as well, but we'll find out. Let's go. Truck number 1 has started. We are rolling 10 heads per crate, 2,560 birds per truck here. Chaos out here. You can see all the feed cans are empty. We stopped feeding about 5 hours before we got started. We had a little bit of an issue where our harvest got extended, where the time it was going to start got delayed till 8 p.m. And then we messaged the integrator saying, look, we don't have any food, so that we're not going to be able to accommodate that because it would be too long of a period of time without the chickens being fed, which could cause some mortalities, and we don't want to impact our performance this late in the process. So we got it dialed back to 5 p.m. and now we're rolling. I think we're rolling early here. 4:20, truck 1. So rounding up, we got the whole crew rolling here. Kuya Rodwell, our farm manager here, and then Kuya Joseph helping hand them off, collecting 5 heads, handing them off. Well, let's get started here. We're gonna go grab a scale, put it by the door. Some chicks end up getting rejected in case they don't meet the threshold, but the drivers just give a visual eye test. Usually they're pretty good actually, but we put a scale by the door just to make sure that if they're saying it's not 900 grams, it is in fact not 900 grams. So you gotta be double checking this shit. So you get as many chickens that meet the threshold out the door, and you know that and you verify it. Just gonna fall out of my hands here in a second. Thank you, Kuya. Surround it. We have essentially our record sheet as to what's going on. Every single truck provides this sheet with some basic information, such as when it arrives here, when we start loading, when we end loading, and what time the truck leaves, and then we'll take a copy, and then we'll give a copy to the driver here. We'll also put down how many birds, what we count, goes on the truck. So in this case, 256 of these crates here, and then 10 birds per crate. Depending on the size, you can stuff more or less birds per crate, and can potentially increase capacity of the truck, but in our case, 10 birds, and that will be the same for every truck that rolls in, I'm pretty sure. So I think we're looking at 5 trucks. We're supposed to start at 5 p.m. We were 40 minutes early. The harvesters got here early, so they probably want to get done before late night. And that's about it. Pretty simple stuff. It's not rocket science here. It just takes a lot of people, a lot of collaboration and work to get it done. Thankfully, we have a big team of about 20 people that should speed this process along. Lock and seal. There we are. Truck 1, 452, about 30 minutes. The team is rolling quick. Truck number 2, 454. This is 30 heads he's bringing out. Oh, maybe more. 20 heads aside. So he is doubling up, quadrupling up the capacity. 40 heads in one trip. That would take 4 times there and back, and he's doing it in one. Look, it looks heavy. Oh, even more. He's going 50 heads. Get it on. We'll go check it out. It's getting loaded on the truck here, so we'll just be on standby to make sure it doesn't get taken. I'm surprised they can even pick it up like an undersized one, honestly, because they throw them in the truck so quick. It looks like they don't even look at it, but they are pretty efficient at rejecting chickens that seem like they're undersized. Let's try with this guy. Let's go weigh him. This is probably purposely not taken. It feels a little light though. Unlikely to be 900. Yeah. I'll reject him myself. Jesus. What are you doing? Sorry, you okay? You all right? It's Mabigat Manuk right there. Jesus Christ. Going there eating our Manuk. For some reason, I feel like this truck's taking longer than the first one. I felt like the first one was like 30 minutes. But here we are, not much left here at the end. So it's nearly cleaned out. We would have expected likely. So we have Mom Eka on the case. 6-7 years in the business, like he can step into a farm and know what the deal is, eyeball a good, like what an amount of chickens looks like for the number of trucks we were expecting. So he was saying he's probably expecting to be more left over after truck number 2, but We'll find out here at the end. They're loading the last ones up. That's all we can do is wait and see. Let's go look at the truck, wrap up here. Hey, third truck's already here. Typically, once you get rolling, the next truck's usually here a good chunk of time beforehand, so they're ready to flow the moment a truck is finished. Okay, truck number 2, done. 6:01 p.m. That one felt like it took like twice as long, and I think it did. But we're still moving quicker than last time. Truck number 3.
Oh, galing.
Truck 3 is underway. They're just cleaning out this far end here. So there should pretty much be, I don't know, just the final few chickens remaining at this end. Let's see what we got. It's not bad weight. Some big ones here. So it gets tougher to grab them at the very end because they're all spaced out. And they have to get the scale out if they're not taking them. So here we are. This is the final remaining chickens. Maybe like 100 left at this end. It's gone by quick. Let's see, typically at the end, they'll clean out all the ones that they're absolutely sure of, and then we'll just have a few remaining, and we'll just weigh them all just to make sure we're not missing any. So hopefully we clear at that end, and then there's a divider down there. It's probably tough to see on camera, but there's a divider here, and then a final section at the end. We're hoping that the remaining chickens there, and these ones up to the divider, fill that truck. And then we have a full section there for the final 1.5 trucks, essentially. That would suggest that we're somewhat on pace for what our projections show. Fingers crossed for that. If we start eating in to that final section on this truck here, things may be looking a little bit sketchier than what we anticipated. So time will tell. Things are moving quick though, which is nice. We got the scale in hand. While they're clearing that section out, we'll go weigh the remaining few down here, and if any meet the 900, I'll just bring them down so they can grab and put on the truck. Let's go check that out. Oh, it's not gonna make it. Harvesters did a good eye test there. None of these are at 900, so what can you do? A few stragglers left behind. That's just kind of the, you know, the cost of business. Truck number 3, done, 7:02 p.m. 1.5 more trucks to go. Truck number 4, had to wait a little bit for this one. 7:20, we're gonna eat first, and then we'll get started here. Having some mic issues, so we're rolling without a mic here. We still have probably about half of that section remaining. Let's go see how full the truck is and if we're on pace. This is the state of this nursery right now. We've weighed everyone in here. This is as much as we're gonna take here. There's 100 chickens left in here, which is way better than last time. Last time we probably had like 600 chickens remaining, which is horrible. This time, a little bit better. It's truck number 4, 846. Truck number 5, final truck. Let's see how much we can get this filled. It's the moment of truth here. It's the last half truck of chickens. Hopefully, we'll be able to provide a pretty good estimate of what our harvest recovery should be. We'll know officially tomorrow morning, but depending on how full we get this truck, we'll get a pretty good idea of if our projections are right on track or if there's some discrepancy. A little bit of discrepancy, okay? Big discrepancy, then we start looking at why that may be, and then we're talking to Kuya and saying, what's happened here? So let's go take a look at how many chickens are left. The truck driver of this truck seemed to think we were probably pretty on target. We'll know for sure. To get 93, between 93 to 94 harvest recovery, there should be about 300 chickens left over. So if we have less than 300 chickens, we should be above that threshold. That was kind of the estimate. Thought was gonna be left behind based on the nursery, but there's actually only 120 left in there. And this side is typically pretty good in the farm, so I'd imagine there shouldn't be too many left behind here. So we should be sitting, unless there's any issues, we should be sitting around 94 recovery. Let's go take a look at how many are left. It's tough to estimate. I honestly don't have a great eye for estimating a number of chickens, so I'm really not too sure. To me it looks like 500 to 1,000 or something like that, but we shall see. Got an update from the driver. We have 960 birds loaded onto that truck. I think the goal is around 1280, which would just be straight up half of that truck, which I think would get us to our target. So we'll see how it pans out, but I think we're looking okay right now. And I think regardless, we'll have a better performance than we did last grow. So I can't complain too much about that. It's only a second grow here. The first one wasn't great. It was acceptable, but not great. As long as we're heading in the right direction, then I think that's a positive. see these last few chickens get harvested here. And there it is. Time check. Phone's dead. We'll go check the time outside. But that is the People ask what we do with the chickens that are left in the farm after we harvest. And this is harvesters and their family just coming to take it free live chicken sale. When you only have some left here, it's not worth the hassle of selling it. You're not making meaningful profit, so it's just better to give it away to the people that are local in the community and that need it more. Truck 5 leaving right now. I think we're in store for a much better performance than we had last time, which is exciting. Kuya's excited. It's been a long 31 days to get to this point, so it's good to see the hard work pay off. And if you're still here, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.